Guys, I don't even know why alkaline water is still a thing. And I don't even know why it was a thing to begin with ever, because it's really kind of dumb. And there's really no good reason you should be spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on alkaline water systems and then the monthly subscriptions on the filters, or buying alkaline bottled water and screwing with our environment because of all that plastic. Now look, I'm a naturopathic doctor, and even coming from an evidence-informed and a science-based background in human physiology, people call me the witch doctor and the snake oil salesman. But alkaline water has got to be the epitome of snake oil sales, and somehow people are still being duped into wasting their money on this kind of stuff every single day. Now, let me be really clear about this. Drinking alkaline water does not alkalize your blood or your body. Your blood is required to be at a pH of 7.4. And if that pH of your blood changes even a little bit on either way of the scale, your heart stops. It literally stops. You will develop arrhythmias. You will die if the pH of your blood changes too drastically. You will literally die if you screw with your blood pH. Luckily, our bodies do this wonderful dance of homeostatic mechanisms to buffer our blood. The various electrolytes and minerals that our body controls the release and the absorption of is designed specifically to maintain that pH of 7.4. A tiny shift from this, which for most people would take chronic, repeated, excessive consumption of alkaline water in this particular case. But this could theoretically lead to electrolyte imbalances, associated symptoms like nausea and confusion, muscle twitching, muscle dysfunction, nerve signaling issues. When we talk about an alkaline effect on the body when it comes to diet and nutrition and health, what we're really talking about is what kinds of stresses we're applying on the blood buffering system through the kinds of foods that we eat that are providing us with specific nutrients. I really hate the term alkaline diets, or really what should be technically referred to as alkaline-forming diets or alkaline stressing diets. Diets that are low in nutrient density, those that don't have a lot of the important micronutrients like vitamins and minerals that our bodies need, mean that we're not replacing or replenishing those nutrients in our body. And so our body needs to get them from somewhere. And so as an obvious example, we'll draw calcium and magnesium out of our bones in order to facilitate that blood buffering system. Diets that are high or dense in nutrients are sometimes referred to as alkaline-forming diets because when you consume them, and assuming you're able to digest and absorb and metabolize those minerals and vitamins effectively and properly, the net effect of consuming foods is that you gain nutrients from eating that food. They don't stress your blood buffering systems. But the physical nature of food's acidity or the water that you drink doesn't really have a direct effect on this. And this is why people are always so confused when they find out that some foods that we think of as healthy or good for our body are actually acidic in nature. So lemons being the most obvious example. A food being acidic in nature doesn't really have anything to do with how it affects acidity in the body or how it stresses the blood buffer. It's nutrient density that really matters. And so this is why it's a stupid framework for healthcare professionals to be talking about. And apparently why it's stupid that people who don't know anything about science or health think that paying $5,000 or more for an alkaline water system is apparently going to save their lives. They don't understand what the hell they're talking about when it comes to acidity in the body, and it's a shitty framework for us to be talking about. But let's talk about stomach acidity, because alkaline water supporters are going to tell you that alkaline water reduces stomach acidity and that they're going to present that in a positive light. They're going to say that, alkaline water suppresses stomach acidity, and that's a good thing. And yes, really crappy science suggests that consuming alkaline water regularly might be correlated with slightly lower stomach acidity in the long term, chronically. And generally people will hear this and think, oh, that's a good thing for avoiding heartburn. But that is completely short-sighted because the majority of uncomplicated heartburn or reflux or GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, is actually due to low stomach acid or more alkaline environments in the stomach. And that's because high or at least adequate stomach acid levels that's a feed-forward system. Adequate or increased stomach acidity optimizes digestion. Subscribe and check out to my other upcoming videos on heartburn and GERD and reflux if you want to learn more about simple biohacks for fixing your heartburn forever, because I'm going to explain all of this in a lot more detail. But bottom line, you need good acid levels, high acid levels in your stomach to digest food properly, especially proteins. And if you don't digest food well, just to be clear, you're going to feel shitty and you won't have the proper fuels and the nutrients for your body to actually work properly from a physiological standpoint. And an acidic environment is also essential for preventing bacteria and yeast and other bad microorganisms that we don't want getting into our gut further down in our intestines and screwing with our gut microbiome. Now, if you remember back to elementary school science class, look, my kid is 9, and even he knows that when you put an acid and a base together, so acidic and alkaline items together, they neutralize each other. So drinking alkaline water, in putting that into an acidic stomach environment, is going to neutralize your stomach acid. That's going to impair your digestion. It's going to impair your ability to absorb and transform nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, and convert them into forms that are most bioavailable or most absorbable, and then able to be metabolized throughout the body. Pretty much all minerals, iron and zinc most notably, but all nutrients taken in through our diet need to be chemically converted by acidic environments in order to be absorbed and metabolized. And then vitamin B12, which I've talked a ton about on this YouTube channel, requires parietal cells, which are the cells inside our stomach lining, requires parietal cells to produce stomach acid. Those same cells, parietal cells, they produce stomach acid, and they also produce intrinsic factor, or IF, which is essential for the absorption of vitamin B12. And if you're neutralizing your stomach acid and preventing your parietal cells from producing the intrinsic factor and the stomach acid, the hydrochloric acid that digests our food, that breaks down proteins, that transforms nutrients and minerals specifically into forms that we can absorb, if you're negating all of that, you are impairing digestion. Alkaline environment, or alkaline water being introduced into an acidic environment, which is ideal for our body, is actually going to do you harm or do you worse for your health. So let's talk about absorption. Alkaline water, so pH of 7.4 or higher, generally speaking, may be absorbed a little bit more quickly. But you don't need crazy high alkaline pH water to absorb water fluids. If you're drinking adequate fluids appropriately and on an ongoing basis, it's not going to matter. Additionally, if you're looking to absorb water more efficiently for the purposes of improving performance or productivity and brain function, as well as for athletic performance, of course, then electrolytes and having specific amounts of simple carbohydrates, so about 5 to 6% ideally, can also optimize absorption of water, so make it more available for your body to uptake more fluids more quickly. 5 to 6% carbs and some electrolytes will do that for you. Alkalinity of the water is not an important factor in that. Whether the people who are selling alkaline water and alkaline water systems know it or not, they're involved in what might be the biggest scam in all of medical history. And the simplicity and the obviousness of why alkaline water is a waste of money and may even be more harmful for you than good for you kind of makes me worry about the future of human beings, because people I would consider very smart and reasonable people are getting duped into spending thousands of dollars to install these systems in their homes. Water is important. Drink water. It's literally the basis of life, and for energy production at the cellular level, you need adequate hydration to clear waste products out of your body and to detoxify. But alkaline water is not only dumb, in my opinion, it's bad for digestion, and when overdone could be dangerous. And we haven't even talked about the negative environmental impact of the production and the disposal of these systems, the filters, the bottled water products. Not to mention, you can spend your money in much more evidence-informed, impactful, and meaningful and cost-effective ways to improve your health and lifespan, rather than spending $5,000 on an alkaline water system. There, I can think of 100 million other things that you can do for your health with $5,000 as opposed to drinking alkaline water. So please, drink water. If you are feeling thirsty, your body is likely already dehydrated to some extent. Consistent consumption of water throughout the day without diluting and certainly without neutralizing your stomach acid, right before meals especially, that's ideal. But if you are excessively thirsty on a regular basis, this is definitely something to talk to your educated and experienced healthcare practitioners about. But under no circumstances can I recommend that you spend your hard-earned money on alkaline water. If you want to kind of spend that kind of money on something that's going to have a lasting and lifelong impact on your health and health span in a positive way, think about getting a comprehensive functional genetic screening, or commit to annual blood work, or eating better quality food, or go on vacation and experience something new, travel, something wonderful and exciting and enriching. Those are the ways that we should be spending that kind of money, not on snake oil sales and the epitome of the dupe when it comes to health and medicine. That's my rant.